In this video, we're going to explore equivalent fractions. Now, what we know is that every fraction has an infinite number of other fractions that it is equal to. This is because we can take the numerator and denominator and multiply it by the same number. In notation-wise, that would be a over b is equal to a times n over b times n. Let's look at the example of 3/4 equal to 15/20. First, we start with the 3/4 of a shaded hole. We've got the three shaded parts of the 4. Now we want to say, how can we turn the denominator of 4 into 20? Well, we can take each of these parts and split them into 5 smaller parts. When we do that, we can now count and see how many are shaded. And there'd be 15 shaded parts out of all the 20. So what this tells us then is that 3/4 will be equal to 3 times 5 over 4 times 5, which is 15/20. Now often when we're dealing with different fractions, we want to have a common denominator, or the same number in the denominator. And that's going to make it a little bit easier to deal with the different fractions because they'll have like parts. One way we can find the common denominator is just by multiplying the two denominators together. And that may not give us the smallest denominator, but it will give us a denominator that will work. For example, if we have 3/8 over 2 and 2/5, we'd get our denominator by taking the 8 and the 5, multiply them together and get 40. We ask ourselves, well, if we had to multiply 8 by 5 to get 40, we multiply the numerator 3 by 5, and that gives us 15. We do the same thing then with the 2/5. We say to get 40, we had to multiply 5 by 8, and if we multiplied the denominator by 8, we multiply the numerator by 8 as well, and that would give us 2 times 8 of 16. Now if we want to simplify fractions, we want to get them typically in the simplest form, which means that no number other than 1 can divide evenly into both a and into b, so the numerator and the denominator. If we want to simplify, we try to find the largest whole number that goes into both the numerator and denominator, and we divide it into each of them. If you can't figure out that largest one on the first go, it's okay. You can just keep doing it one at a time until you get to the simplest form. So say we want to put 18 over 24 in simplest terms. So the largest number that will go into both 18 and 24 is 6. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 24 divided by 6 is 4. So that tells me that the simplest form of 18/24 is 3/4. Now say I didn't know that 6 was the largest number. What I could do is I could say, okay, both numbers are even, so I know 2 will divide into both. That would give me 18 divided by 2 is 9, 24 divided by 2 is 12. Well, I know that from 9 and 12, 3 will go into each. Then 9 divided by 3 is 3, 12 divided by 3 is 4, so I get my simplest form of 3/4.